Next, legal rules relating to offer. The first one, offer when accepted must create legal relationship between the parties. In our first class, we discussed about essential elements required for a valid contract. One of the point was intention to create a legal relationship. Obligation arising out of an agreement must be a legal obligation, must not be a social or personal obligation. Legally binding between the parties are enforceable. So it must create a legal relationship between the parties. Terms of the offer must be clear and certain. When offer is made, it should be a definite offer. Suppose Mr. A owns two flats, one in Annanagar, another in Arumbakam. So he should make a definite sale, a definite offer, which flat he is going to offer. He should be very clear in his offer. Next one, declaration of intention by one person to another does not constitute a valid offer. See, I have used the word declaration of intention. You're just giving an intention that you're going to do it, that intention of you will make a sale in future, so which is not taking place right now. So nobody can take a legal action on you for just for declaring an intention. So it is not a valid offer. Next one, intention to offer is different from a valid offer. When you go to a big bazaar, you will find goods are being displayed and with a price tag. So it's an invitation. When you pick a goods, when you select the goods, you go to the counter, billing counter, and you give your assent, willingness to buy, then it becomes a valid offer. Next one, offer must be communicated. For whom the offer is made, to that particular person, offer must be communicated, and acceptor should know all the terms and conditions in an offer. He must have the knowledge about the offer. For that, offer must be communicated either in the form of letter or in form of word spoken. Next one, offer must contain a term non-compliance of which could amount to acceptance. They are saying that offer should not carry a condition of non-compliance. If it is having non-compliance, it means it is not a valid offer. For example, offerer should not take it into granted if a offerer is not giving his acceptance within a specified time, and he can't take his mere silence as a acceptance. If he is doing, then it is not a valid offer. Next one, a mere statement of price does not constitute an offer to sell. Again, it's a quotation, invitation to make a sale. It's just a invitation. When this invitation or quotation is accepted, then it becomes a offer. Next one, special terms of offer, if any, must be communicated to the offeree at the time when the offer is made. If he is not communicated, he is not bound to the offerer. For example, suppose a woman who could not read, she is illiterate, took a ticket from a railway company. On the face of ticket was written, for condition see back, and one of the condition was railway company is not liable for the personal injuries to the passenger. And what happened? That lady was injured by a railway accident, and she was bound by condition and could not recover the damages. Next one, we'll see what is acceptance. According to section 2b, when a person to whom proposal is made signifies his assent thereto, proposal is said to be accepted, and proposal when accepted becomes a promise. A contract emerges from an acceptance of an offer. It means that when a person for whom the offer is made, if he gives his significance, is assent to the offer, offer is said to be accepted. An offer when accepted becomes a promise according to section 2b. Acceptance may be expressed or implied. I have given an example. A tells to B, will you buy my laptop? It is expressed when it is communicated by words, spoken or written, or by doing some required act. It is known as acceptance. On the other hand, implied, it is implied from the act or the conduct of the parties or the circumstances. You accept the offer given by a restaurant, where you go to a restaurant and take the offer and you pay the bill. So it is implied acceptance. Next one, legal rules regarding acceptance. First one, acceptance must be communicated. How the offer is communicated to the offerer, same way acceptance by the acceptor must be communicated to the offerer. Next one, acceptance must be given according to the prescribed mode. I have used the two words, word or written. If A tells to B, B will convey in the same form. If A writes to B, B will write to A about his acceptance. He will signify his assent according to the prescribed mode. Next one, mere mental acceptance is not enough. Again, when an offer is made, an acceptance has to give his assent. He has to communicate. If he is not doing it and keeping with himself, it is not considered as an acceptance and it is not a valid offer. Next one, acceptance must be given with the specified time. See, when offer have its own time, within that offer time you have to give a acceptance. So acceptance must be given in the specified time. Next one, acceptance must be given only by a person to whom the offer is made. If A want to sell his house to B, he has to get the acceptance from the B because he is very specific to whom he want to sell. So acceptance must be given only by the person to whom the offer is made. Next one, acceptance must be conveyed only to the offerer. When I say acceptance must be given only by the person to offer is made, it goes in the other way also. Acceptance must be conveyed only by the offerer or the person who makes the proposal. Next one, acceptance cannot be implied from the silence of the offeree or his failure to reply. A offerer can't take into granted when offeree is not giving his acceptance within a specified time. He can't consider as a mere silence as acceptance. If he is doing it, then it is not a valid offer. Next one, an acceptance based on the presumption of an offer is not a valid offer. First offer comes, then only acceptance comes. Acceptance can't precede offer, and acceptance can't come before an offer. For example, B, who has not offered to buy a pizza, and he receives a phone call from a pizza shop that his number has been picked up from the telephone directory, and the shop is sending pack of pizza worth 500, for which B need not to pay more than 100. Here B is not bound to pay because he has not made an offer. And why, if he has not made an offer, why he has to accept the offer? Neither way, pizza company has not offered him before delivering the pizza. The statement is they have just picked it from the telephone directory. So there is no offer from the B. So he is not in a position to, or he is not in a bond to pay for the pizza. Next one, acceptance must be given before the offer lapses. It means that acceptance must be given before the offer lapses or it's withdrawn. For example, a two-wheeler dealer offers free insurance and road tax for all those who book within a week. A approaches the dealer on the third day to learn the dealer has already withdrawn the offer through a newspaper announcement, where R has no remedy. Here says that acceptance must given before the offer lapses. If he gives after the offer lapses, then there is no remedy for him. He can't claim for his damages.